Welcome back everybody. I'll just quickly whiz through getting the second C channel routed in and then we'll do the first major glue up. So I got the bottom all put back together, and now you can kind of see how everything's going to be working with the C channel and the dominoes and the connectors connecting the top half. First thing I need to do here is cut this middle divider down to its final depth. So I've just marked that out. I'll pull it out, whiz that off on the table saw, and then I can start thinking about gluing this thing up. So that's all cut to length now. I can take it apart, do a finish sand on the internal parts, just because it's much easier to do when it's deconstructed. Put it back together, tape up all the seams, and then do the final glue up on that part. So all of the internal faces have been sanded up to 150 grit, and then I've just put it back together and organized like it's essentially a dry fit with all of the clamps. I've numbered my clamps just to make sure I go in the right order. So we've got 8 clamps in total, and I've also taped up all of the joints with blue tape. And I learnt my lesson from a previous glue up that when you're doing these sort of overhead internal corners, you can end up with a bit of drippage, a bit of dripping glue, and that can be a real pain because it can end up landing on your sanded surfaces. So this time around I've just put some cling wrap and taped that in there just to catch any of the drips, and I've also taped up the joints on the top face as well. So everything else I'll be able to clean up with sanding and whatnot once it's finished. But that's ready to come back apart again, and then I can actually do the glue up. I know I say this every time, but blimmin' heckin' that one was stressful. You know, you set yourself a plan, and it's almost guaranteed that immediately the plan doesn't go to plan. So then you start sort of freaking out a bit and scrambling to get everything in. The initial thing was this first miter that I glued up. The glue was just getting a bit tacky and it didn't want to seat perfectly in there, so I had to clamp it in rather than just whacking it in with the mallet. But once that one went in, everything else seemed to go in pretty smoothly. So I'm really stoked. Got a perfect 90 degree on this side, and then that pretty much sets everything else for falling into place. So I'll let that dry up overnight, come back, see how it looks, and start cleaning it up, and then that's sort of set me up to get all the internals done for this, which is quite exciting.